is and what we're supposed to be doing. So this week, on Monday, we did dreaming, right? So I'm going to kind of do something positive with something more structured or something that may not be as fun, so that, the challenge isn't grueling, but it's still kind of fun. Okay. So, Monday's assignment was, and I'm giving you the homework for the week. So this needs to be done by the next time we meet, which would be on Sunday. Okay. So the first assignment was dreaming. We got to first expand our mind. We got to expand our horizons. We got to expand what we're used to, so that as we're working out through this challenge, we can actually become who we are destined to be. Okay. So first, we're dreaming. So we have our vision board here. If you have the transformation packet, it's going to have the vision board planner in it. If you don't have it, you're going to just get you a piece of notebook paper and write vision board. And so we're going to first map out our 1-year goals for career and business, finance, family, love, personal growth, health, and leisure and mental health. Okay. So in a year, what do you want to happen in your life in these areas? We're then going to write down the same areas, but where do we see ourselves in 3 years? Okay. And then next, what we're going to do is write down, where do we see ourselves in 5 years? Okay. So if you have that transformation packet, you want to make sure that you're writing in your vision board planner. And the reason why we're doing 1 year, 3 year, and 5 years is because you may get jiggy with it, and you may go ahead and knock out some of these goals in 6 months, right? We're never going to be stagnant. We are always striving to be that best person. So if you knock out whatever is your finance goal for year 1, we're going to come on right on down to year 3 and start working on that goal. Okay. So as long as you kind of stair step your goals for 1 year, 3 year, 5 years, we are always working. We are never stopping. We are always bettering ourselves. Okay. So first is the vision board. Next, we had, I think it's the worksheets. Let's go to the worksheets. We're going to do for our professional and our career goals. We are going on the brain dump sheet. So what are we wanting to accomplish professionally, either in our career or in our business? What are those goals? And we're jumping all those on the brain dump form. The other homework was, let me pull it up. Okay, our why. Where's our why? Here we go. Why are you doing this? On your why, it doesn't need to be anything tangible. It needs to be like something for real. Why are you trying to, change your life, redirect your life, grow your business, grow yourself financially? Why are we doing this? Because as we kind of get through the weeks and kind of maybe tap on some not so fun topics, we want to make sure that we are still focused as to why we're doing this. Okay. So we got to have a strong why as to why we are, committed to these 30 days to make a change. And then for the dreaming section of our homework, we are supposed to either go test drive our dream car, walking into the dealership like you're supposed to be there, getting in the car, test driving it. How do the seats feel? How does the radio sound? What's that sunroof looking like? Take a picture of yourself in it. If you already have your dream car, congratulations. Then you're going to go check out what are the accommodations or the amenities on a private jet or on a yacht. Okay, so one of those 3 we're doing. Everyone is going to then go look at some kind of luxury home. Okay, so going to the neighborhood, going to an open house, seeing it. If you already have your luxury home, perfect. What's going to be your vacation home? What's going to be your summer home? Do you need an in-town condo or penthouse? You want to stay in town? You got to go see something that is livable that you don't already have. So we're going to have something kind of fun and leisure, which would be a car, a private jet, or a yacht, whichever suits your boat. And then another, either a dream house, a house for your mama, a house, that you want to just keep in the family for the kids, some kind of real estate. Okay, we are going to be looking at. That's the dreaming part. We're supposed to be watching the movie, The Pursuit of Happiness. If you've already seen it, that's great. We're going to see it again. But we are watching it this time to be mindful of a couple of things. At what point in the movie do you think you would break? You would have just been like, you know what? I just can't do it anymore. Okay? So I want you to see Will Smith in the movie gets thrown so many life blows. And he falls down, but he never stays down. Okay, so I want you to, make a mental note, make some notes. But we're going to discuss the movie on Sunday. Like, what were some parts that you felt were just like, whoa, how did he keep going from that? But you're looking at how many times he got knocked down. How many times was he like at the bottom, like it couldn't get any worse? And then when you see the final product at the end, what can you learn from watching someone get beat down so many times, and then he finally got his win? Okay, so that's how we're looking at the movie, The Pursuit of Happiness, as we're watching it. And then you were supposed to have gone through your bank statements for the last 90 days to see what we're spending our money on. Okay. So that was the dreaming portion that was on Monday. Now, a couple of housekeeping things. I want to kind of build an accountability group. So everyone who's doing the challenge, you guys can kind of like piggyback on each other, kind of give some motivation to one another. But more importantly, when are you seeing a baby win, right? Because as soon as someone gets a win or a baby win, that's going to have someone who may be struggling or, hey, I don't know if I can really go through for the whole 30 days. It'll kind of give them like a little extra to keep on going. Okay. So in the portal where it says Facebook group, let me click on it. Click on here, and I want everyone to upload a video. Okay, your name, where you're from, and what you are looking to accomplish in the becoming challenge. Okay, also want this to kind of be maybe like a little network thing. That if someone's in the same city, the same state, has the same goals, I want to kind of build a community so that you're not just doing this on your own. You're kind of doing it as a group. So tonight, click on that, join the Facebook group, and upload a video of your name, where you're from, and what you're trying to accomplish. And then if you want to, hold yourself accountable for the different things that we're going to go over in the challenge, you are more than welcome to upload your progress, upload, how you're doing, those kind of things. Okay. So today we're going to get into the money, okay? I know this one's not going to be a fun one. I'm not going to say dream. This one's going to be a kind of, but we got to get to the money, okay? And when I say get to the money, we got to get to how we're spending our money. So if you have, where's my spending plan? Let me first go over these envelopes. So if you have not already gone through your bank statements for the last 90 days, go through your bank statements for the last 90 days, and you want to write down how much you're spending in your different categories. So how much are you spending on eating out? How much are you spending on entertainment? How much are you spending on groceries, gas, shopping? Make categories for all of what you are spending. We have to put ourselves on a spending plan, meaning what are we choosing to spend our money on? It doesn't matter how much money you make. If you spend more than you make, then we're going to be broke, okay? So you could be broke at $30,000. You could be broke at $300,000. You could be broke at $3 million, okay? Broke is broke. Broke is if something were to happen, do you have 3 to 6 months of living expenses saved up? If we don't, we got to fix that. Okay. So the first thing we got to know is, where is our money going? Because we got to be cautious and understand where we're spending it. A lot of times, the little $5, $10, $20, it don't seem like a lot of money, but them little 20s, 10s, 15s, they all can add up, okay? So go through your bank statements for the last 90 days and make a category of what you're spending your money on. Write out what is your income. If you work a 9 to 5, what do you make a month? If you work a business, on average, how much are you bringing home a month? Okay. Once we have that starting point as to how much income you're bringing in, first we want to write down all of our consistent bills. So bills that won't change. So your rent, your mortgage, your utilities, daycare, school, car note, car insurance. We're going to write down all of those bills. When you subtract your monthly income from all of those bills, what's left? Whatever is left is what we're going to categorize in our envelopes, okay? But before we categorize what's left of the bills that are consistent, we want to kind of go through them. Is there a way to downsize? Is there a way to make these bills less? So if I have an apartment, can I get a smaller apartment? If I have a car, can I trade in my car and get a cheaper car note with cheaper car insurance? This is not going to be forever, okay? I'm thinking 6 months to a year. If we can just downsize for a little second, that will help, catapult us so that we can kind of be where we need to be, okay? So on the regular bills, can we downsize? Can we reduce any of that? Is that an option? Whatever is left, we have to plan for how we're going to spend that money. We have to make a conscious decision of where it's going. So we're no longer looking at things of, can I afford it? You may be able to afford a lot of things. We're choosing not to put our money there. Okay. So the biggest block for me was, well, I can afford it. Well, I can afford it. Well, I can afford it. If I can afford it, why can I get it? It doesn't matter if you can't afford it. We're trying to funnel some money over to our savings account, to our emergency savings plan. Okay. So we got to pull some money out every single month to build up to be able to have 3 to 6 months of living expenses. So once you kind of know what it costs for you to move as far as rent, cell phone, utilities, daycare, school, car note, car insurance, whatever are those every single month, they're not changing. What's that number? Now you know how much you have left and how much you have to play with, okay? And if it's not a lot left over, it's okay. We're going to work on that too. So whatever is left over, we're about to do a spending plan. So the easiest way to put yourself on a budget is to go cardless, meaning whenever you swipe that card, for me, baby, swiping a card was just like, I would just swipe. I would swipe. I tried to do the little check balance book and I would write down every time I would swipe the card, but I never stayed on budgets. I had to actually go with envelopes, okay? So for every category that you got to spend that extra money on, you're going to make a category for it, okay? So things like gas, eating out and entertainment, shopping, toiletries, personal maintenance, food and groceries, miscellaneous, eating out and entertainment. When I was a baby lawyer, I was trying to get my finances together because my ex-boo told me he couldn't marry me because I spent way too much money, and I kind of felt a certain kind of way about that. We didn't break up because of that, but when he said that, it kind of rubbed me the wrong way. So I went and got a book by Susie Orman called Young, Fabulous, and Broke, and it broke down how people that have people who are attorneys, doctors, and people who have MBAs are the brokest group of people because every time they get a raise or make more money, their living expenses increase. So I get a raise, I get a bigger car. I get a raise, I get a better house. I get a raise, I'm doing better trips. I get a raise, I'm wearing better clothes. And so she was saying how this young professional group is worse off than their parents because they have no extra money saved up. And baby, she was talking right to me, okay? Because if you walk in my closet, I look like money, but I did not have 3 to 6 months of living expenses saved up. So I followed her suggestion and got on an envelope plan. So make an envelope, just a boring little envelope of all the categories that you're going to spend money on, and then I would plan how much I would spend. Okay, so if I'm going to do $100 a week in gas, I'm gonna put gas on the envelope and then put $100, and I would stuff my money in the envelope. Now, if you don't want to walk around with all your money on you, or if you want to do it like how you get paid, you can do half the money in the envelope and keep half at home. And then, when it's time to re-up. But I would walk around with these envelopes in my purse, right? Mine were for gas, eating out, entertainment. I took my nails off. Lash extensions weren't even invented back in my heyday. Shopping, toiletries. I made all the categories, and I would write how much I was going to spend on them. The reason why you to get yourself on a budget, you need to use cash and not the card, because card be like imaginary money. You're going to run out of money. So when you're putting yourself on a spending plan, I always believe in whatever is your go-to thing. I have to have X, Y, and Z. For me, I have to have makeup. I cannot go a whole month and not step into MAC, not step into someone and look at a lipstick, a bronzer, I just can't do it, right? I don't have to eat out at the best restaurant. So what I did, you're going to have to kind of play with the numbers, because there has to be X amount that we're putting up every single month into our savings account. Okay, so savings needs to be an envelope, but you got to play with things. So for me, when I was starting this journey out, I could care less about food. So I put the bulk of my food money so that I could at least, back then there was no fashion. We had something called Forever 21. That was like the little shop. So I could do me like a little Express or Forever 21, like a little, skirt or a little shirt or a little something. And then I kept the bulk of my money when I was choosing to spend on makeup, and I would take my food money, and because I needed to shop and wear makeup. So I literally every week I would live off of, this is gonna sound so ghetto. Back in my heyday, Wendy's used to have a 99-cent menu. I used to get a nugget and a Diet Coke for dinner. I supposed to get 2 nuggets and a Diet Coke for dinner, a small Diet Coke. That was $3. So $3, that would be my lunch throughout the week, because I don't cook. So that's $15 during the week that I would make for my lunch. For dinner, this is going to sound real ghetto. I used to get those square ramen noodles, the chicken flavor, and I would get me some great value green peas. And I would cook them separately, but mix it together. I call myself get my vegetables, right? And for dinner, I would eat the ramen and the peas. The ramen may have been, I don't know, back in my heyday, 15 cents. If you get the great value peas, you can get the great value peas for 99 cents. Okay, so your girl is doing the ramen noodles with some green peas for dinner every single night. For breakfast, I would do some strawberries and cottage cheese. And for lunch, I would go to Wendy's and get these 2 5-piece nuggets for 99 cents and a small Diet Coke. As I'm carrying a Louis Vuitton bag and walking in, red bottoms, that's how I was living, right? Because I had to go to MAC. They didn't have all the little cheap makeup that they had now. So the only makeup store they had was a MAC. Sephora, they had MAC and Sephora. But Sephora really wasn't popping like that back then. It was really MAC for makeup. And I needed to be able to get me something out of Forever 21. I had to go to the mall to get something. I ate like I was broke. Okay, so I don't know what your thing is. If you have to have Starbucks coffee, you will die if you don't have it. Well, then you have to cut back on something else. But you're going to make envelopes for every category, and this is what you're going to find. Baby, in week 1, this little makeup shopping envelope, baby, I don't know what happened. In week 1, she's already empty. Okay, so back in the day, every month, MAC, that was like the makeup to wear, MAC would drop a new collection, right? And so if MAC dropped a collection after my shopping envelope was done, well, I, of course, had to get the collection. I had to be the first one in my friend group to say, hey, I got the blah, 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 right? So I will see myself dipping into... Well, I'm gonna just take $10 out this gas envelope and put it on, and I would slowly but surely be tapping into my gas envelope. Now all of a sudden I ain't got no gas money, right? And then I would be somewhere. Oh, we gonna go to girls' night. Well, hey, I can go. Now I'm digging into my grocery money, right? So by week 3, I don't have a dime in any envelope. And I'd be like, now how did I planned so perfectly. I filled the envelopes out. I wrote the numbers on it. How did it not work? Okay, I'm going to try it again. It literally took me 6 months to actually get myself to be on a budget, because when it comes to spending money, when there is something broken inside of us, sometimes we try to overcompensate, right? I never understood money. I was never raised on money management. And so I had the false perception that if I was successful, I had to look successful. And looking successful is shopping and being in the Galleria and the mall and all of that. That was my understanding or my knowledge of what success was supposed to be. And if I didn't look it, then that meant that I wasn't successful. See, broken mentality. So I had to realize, well, Joy, if I'm always on week 3 out of my envelopes, I'm then having to go to my reserve to carry me for that last week. I'm not, baby, this little savings envelope, I mean, baby, she's dry and dusty. There's nothing in there, not even $1. So I kept going to the Susie Orman book. Do I want to be young, fabulous, and broke? Or do I just need to find a way to get myself together? Everyone has to get themselves together in their own way, okay? I'm just going to share my experience, and you can kind of just freestyle from that. So for me, I don't even need to be in the mall. Because I'm going to go in the mall, and as I'm there, I'm going to walk by YSL, and, my little sales associate there is going to, pull me out. I'm going to walk by Louis Vuitton. It's just too much temptation. I'm not strong enough, right? So if I did want to go to get some makeup, I would go like to a little small bootleg mall that didn't have any other distractions, right? Or I'm going to walk into Dillard's if I want to get makeup and not go into the whole mall. Or I set myself up a reward system, okay? I'm going to buy myself a purse every 3 months if I can get through the 4 envelopes and have money at the end of the month. If I can make it all 4 weeks in my envelopes for 3 months in a row, I will reward myself with a Louis Vuitton, a Chanel, a YSL purchase, okay? It's kind of like a give and take. So you got to figure out what is the plan for your money? How much are you going to spend on the different categories? Walk around with your little envelopes and see how long can you make it with the envelopes without you dipping into another one and another one and another one. Once you're going to have to kind of play with it, can you go to the store? I don't know if Starbucks is your thing, can you try to make some things at home? You got to kind of play with things, but you're not going to be able to live your life how you're living it now because we have to downsize. So let me post up this. I'm going to post this in the portal and I'll put it on Instagram. Do y'all see this budget and savings tricks on my screen?
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay. So I just kind of put on here a couple of tips. When it comes to changing our habits, we don't need to change them overnight. Okay, so we're not going to save $10,000 by the end of January. It's not going to happen. I want to make it a real habit. So I always say try to incorporate one healthy thing and take away one negative thing. Okay, so if I am a diehard eating out, having coffee, Sunday fun day, and I like to shop, well, let me just negate one of those, right? So maybe I won't do the coffee. I'll just do my Sunday fun day, eating out, and brunch, right? Take away one negative thing, but try to add one positive thing, okay? So I'll just read off a couple of little tips. One is tracking your expenses. So you are cognitive, so you understand where your money is going. A lot of times when people be like, well, where did your money go? I have no idea where it went. Like when you break 100, it's like the rest just jump out your wallet, right? So you can maybe try every single month writing down everything that you spend your money on. Another tip would be have a no spending day. So on Wednesdays, I'm not spending anything. I'm gonna make sure I'm gassed up before Wednesday. I'm gonna pack my lunch. I'm not going out. I have like one day throughout the week that we just don't spend anything. Meal planning. You could, hey, I'm gonna cut out on eating out. I'm gonna either cut out on eating out during the week. And you can allow yourself a little Sunday fun day brunch or a little happy hour on the weekend. You could cut out eating your lunch out and save that for dinner. So, trying to do some kind of meal planning so that you aren't eating every meal out because them 10s, 15s add up. A coffee challenge. Instead of going to Starbucks, make your own coffee at home, or the best coffee in the world, truth be told, is McDonald's, right? So go to a cheaper coffee alternative, or if you normally get the large, start with, going from a large to a small. Or, trying to do coffee every other day and then you make your coffee at home the other day. And just trying to give you like little tips and tricks to kind of reduce what you're already used to spending. Cancel any subscriptions. So baby, Apple gonna hit you up for at least $50 on some apps you are no longer using. Take the time to go through your settings. What subscriptions are you paying for? Baby, I'm guilty. I have been paying for this jump house that Deuce has gone to one time for the past 2 years, right? But it's $24. And by the time, I log on to the website, I always just get distracted. But it's like, I have been paying since January 1st of 2022, 24. Let me tell you how out of order I am. So 24 times 24. Baby, I have spent $576 on a jump house that is no longer near our house and that we never go to. All because I haven't canceled the subscription, okay? So, in 1 year, I had signed up, what's that lash place? Amazing Lash, and they were whack in Orlando, and I let that run for a whole year. How many subscriptions are just hitting your account because you don't even have the time to cancel them, right? When you go grocery shopping, try to go shopping with a list and just buy what's on the list. I don't care what's new. I don't care what you saw and popped up. Just buy what's on the list. Free entertainment. If you want to do a Sunday fun day, is there going to be like a concert in the park, right? Is there something like maybe at a town center that you don't have to spend money on? Sell something, baby. I'm quick to sell me. That's why I will only buy a Chanel, a YSL, or a Louis Vuitton bag because they hold their value. Because I'll be quick to go sell a bag to buy me some inventory. You may need to sell some things. Maybe them purses. You can always buy you a new purse. You can always buy you a new shoe. Maybe you have a TV or a computer that you aren't selling. You can put that on Facebook Marketplace just to try to get some money in for our emergency savings account. Bulk shopping. If you have to like buy paper towels, toilet tissue, things that won't spoil, you can try buying those at a Sam's Club or a Costco. Buy it in bulk so you'll pay more up front, but it'll last you longer to be cheaper. I have a cash only week on here, but I think you need to do cash only until you can get yourself on a budget. A DIY your own lunch. Just bringing your lunch, and I'll spend my money on the weekends. I have the cash envelope system. Oh, I did this. Put your money far away. So as an attorney, I had my regular law practice, and then I also did personal injury. Okay. So whenever I would win a case, I would hit a big lick, right? The problem is I will put that money in my savings account. But if my savings account is at Chase with my regular money, I'm good on my budget. But somehow, as I'm in the mall, the wind would happen to blow me into Louis Vuitton. I promise you, I don't know how I got there. And the next thing you know, I am on my phone doing an online transfer because I didn't have enough money for a purse in my budget, but going from savings to personal, savings to personal, savings to personal. So if I keep transferring the money, I'm not really on a budget, and I'm now decreasing my savings. So I took all my money out my savings account. I went an hour away to Beaumont, Texas, to Mobile Oil Credit Union. I went to a credit union that did not have the online transfers to my bank. If I wanted money, I had to get in my car and drive an hour to go get it. Put your money in a bank an hour away that does that. You don't and don't have any online access to it. Why? You are not going to be strong enough to withhold this budget. Something in you, I don't know. Mine is I want to look good. I just like shopping. Something, whatever is in you that you are fighting to suppress is going to hop out. I want to have my coffee. I want to go out. I want to do the hookah. Whatever you are accustomed to doing, you're going to want to keep doing it, right? So when I put my money an hour away, and I really need these shoes, I really need this bag. Sometimes I would leave the mall and get in my car and drive out the garage parking lot. But by the time I hit the freeway, I was like, girl, you are tripping. It is not that big of a deal. You don't have any self-control. But see, it took me 10 to 15 minutes of leaving the store, getting that store. They sprinkle the fairy dust on you, and the sales associates pulling all the colors out and how fabulous you look. And you already see yourself turned up. I'm about to kill them with this. You already imagine yourself, hitting them with the flex. But you need time to get out of the trance and let that fresh air hit you to realize I'm tripping. So I literally never drove all the way to Beaumont to get my money because I done caught my senses by the time I left the garage parking lot. So if you have a stash of money, put it an hour away, 30 minutes away. So you can't just go online and transfer and transfer and transfer. Downsize, I know y'all not going to want to hear this, baby, but you can come out that car, get you a smaller apartment. You can downsize. It's not going to kill you, okay? I always say all the time, I turned my Jaguar in for a Toyota Sequoia. I saved $500 on the note, and I was saving $100 a month on the insurance. So $600 times 12, I saved $7,200, and I used that extra money in my business. Less than a year, I went from a Toyota Sequoia to a Rolls Royce Ghost. But I had to make that sacrifice first. So when I'm telling you these sacrifices you're going to make, it's only going to be for a certain time, and then you can live. But the whole point of you getting on this budget, you will always be on a budget. You can never leave a budget. Now, you may be able to have a bigger budget, but there's never going to be a point in time in life where you should be buying everything your little heart desires, traveling how you want, and driving how you want, and living how you want, and shopping how you want, and eating how you want. That's how you go broke. You got to do one or the other. So I'm making great money, gorgeous home, Rolls Royce, Ferrari. Cars was our thing, right? Cars, bags, purse, that was my thing. My son, for the first 4 years of his life, I went to a consignment store and bought everything for my son. Because my whole thing was, he's a baby. Like I gotta condense somewhere, right? He can't be dressed to the nine and spend all this money on him and me and the house and the pool. I gotta condense myself somewhere. And my whole thing was, he's a baby. All he's gonna do is spit up on stuff. I mean, he's not even going anywhere. Literally, I found consignment store, not Goodwill, consignment store. They had something called Kids Are Kids, and just Google children's consignment store. If you go to a consignment store, it's going to be middle class people who are dropping off clothes. A lot of clothes had tags on them. You'll be able to find designer. Go to a consignment store in a high net worth area. They're going to have strollers, car seats. For the first 4 years of my son's life, every piece of clothing I bought him came from a consignment store. And my mom, oh my gosh, you're going to look poor. Baby, I don't care how I'm about to look. I'm about to go in here and buy the same outfit for half the price, because why am I going to spend all this money on some baby clothes? All he's going to do is grow out of it in 2 months, and now I'm wasting my money. I'm not worried about how people look. This is my spending plan. So I have no problem going to the consignment store and buying him some clothes and some shoes. Now, once he got about 4, that's when the clothes started to look worn. Like 1, 2, and 3, the baby came and walk almost, right? Then come 4, baby, I'm over here at Target. He has Nike right now is a big thing for us, and he only wears Nike, but I don't even do this whole designer stuff for kids. I don't personally believe in it. Right? So I don't do it for kids. He's not wearing nothing Gucci, nothing. We just not doing that. That's just, I'm not trying to raise him to even understand designers like that, because I had designers at a young age, and I feel like that was the death of me, right? So as long as I can keep him to, hey, Nike's good, that's it. We good with Nike. So where are you going to skim so that you can enjoy what you really want to enjoy? That's what your spending plan is. But you're always on a spending plan. If you like to travel and you don't want to look at a budget and you want to get all your dreams and you want to be at the nice resort and have all, okay, great. Well, we got to have a cheap car note. We got to have a roommate. We got to have no nails, no laugh. You got to kind of give and take when it comes to how you're going to spend your money. If not, you're going to be broke. And broke is not having 3 to 6 months of living expenses saved up. So we are making our envelopes in our categories. And one of the envelopes needs to be savings. Our goal is to every month be putting something away, putting something away, putting something away. I don't care if it's $10. You want to get in the habit of always putting something away. That 10 plus 10 plus 10 is going to add up. And then you can give yourself a reward. Like I say, every 3 months, I was going to treat myself to blah, 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 right? If you are consistent for 90 days, what is going to be the treatment? Or maybe we have a girl's trip or a guy's trip coming up in the summer. That'll be your treat. So every month, I'm going to put away $200, $300 for this trip that's coming up 6 months from now. So if I do $300 a month for 6 months, I'm going to have $1,800 already put away for my vacation, right? So I'm going to be on this budget, but I'm going to have my money for my vacation to go have my fun, then come on back to the real world and be on my spending plan. It's not about what you can afford. You can afford a lot of things. It's about what are you choosing to spend your money. And once I changed my mindset of what I'm choosing to spend my money on versus people think I can't afford it, that was like the icing on the cake. Like, I'm choosing not to spend that. Okay, cool. I'm good. So now when people be like, oh, you don't want, oh, I'm not spending money on that. Like, all this, cologne is big right now. I ran into one girl and she smelled so good. I ran to the store. The cologne was $500. Baby, who's spending $500 on cologne? Like, that just behooved me. Like, oh, I could never imagine myself spending $500 on cologne, right? That's not my thing. Cologne may be your thing. If it's not your thing, I'm not going to act like, well, let me go ahead and get this cologne because I don't want to look like I can't afford it. I'm choosing not to spend $500 on cologne. I'd rather put that up and go get me a bag or be able to go, go get a shoe or, go do whatever with it. But I don't want that on cologne. So be okay with saying no. Be okay with, I'm only going to do girls' night once a month. Come on, girl, you can come up. Well, no, it's not my spending plan because my bigger picture is I want to have a reserve. If something were to happen, I want to be able to have 3 to 6 months to gather myself to make something shake. Not if something happens, I have no net. I have no safety. I have no backup plan. I'm about to be out on the street. So the bigger purpose is having that safety net. Once you get those urges down, once you understand how you're going to make your money work for you, it's simpler. It does get easy. I'm quick to be like, no, I don't need that. No, I don't need that. No, I'm not tripping on that. Once you have it like a big girl, if I see a bag, I see a bag. I don't have so many bags, it doesn't even move me anymore, right? Them shoes gonna be, old in 6 months, right? But I've already done that cycle, right? So eventually you're gonna be like, oh, these trips, been there, done that. I would rather have the money in the bank. I like my money where I can see it, right, in that bank account. So I know if anything happens, I'm good. I've been in a place where I didn't have a savings. I've been in a place where I didn't know where I was going to pay my rent. I did not like that feeling. So there's no makeup, there's no outfit, there's no shoe, there's no bag, there's no trip, there's no date that is more important than me feeling secure financially. I never am going to depend on no man having to jump and, and zig and zag and do what he tell me to do. Not about to happen. So whatever is the goal as to why you want to have this money saved up, that's what's on the forefront. So if that means you're not at Starbucks, you're not at the mall, you're not at the game, you're not at whatever, that's the plan so I can get my 3 to 6 months of living expenses saved up. I will talk next week about how we can add some additional income to help us get with the savings. But let me make sure I went over all my things. Don't go where you're tempted. If you have a stash right now and you always transfer it, move it an hour away. Start with cash because that card is going to be hard to track it. Make the envelopes for every category that you have. That's it. That's it. So I have some spending plan notes. I will post this in the portal. I'll post these tricks in the portal, and I'll probably post that little picture on Instagram. But that's what we're going to do to get our finances together. Okay? So we're doing our dreaming homework. We're about to go, see, smell, taste that good life this week or this weekend. Then now we're about to get our finances in track so that we can, whenever we do get this increase from God, we want to be able to keep it. Okay? The biggest misconception is I need to make more money. I need to make more money. I can't save because I don't make enough money. I can't save because I don't make enough money. I need to make more money. Money does not fix a money problem. If you have a friend who's always short, always asking you for money, you got a relative, she always, I need help I'm short on my rent, I'm short on my car note, you can give her money until the sun comes up. Money does not fix a spending problem. You have to fix the problem. The problem is I am living over my means. I am trying to keep up with the Joneses. I don't know where my money's going. I'm just spending it sporadically, and I always have more months than money. That's going to be the same with you making $30,000. You go hit the lottery, you're going to be broke in 4 years. Why? You don't have a spending plan. You made $10 million. You're going to spend that $10 million. Why? You don't have a spending plan. You have to plan everything in your life. You got to plan your time with your family. You got to plan your time with your business. You got to plan how you're going to succeed in this. You got to plan your health and fitness. Everything has to have a plan. When you're going to be a parent, when you're going to be a spouse, when you're going to be a boo, when you're going to be, everything has to be a plan. If there's no plan in your life, then you're just over here just aimlessly, you are just existing everywhere going zigging and zagging. There is no structure. And that's not going to end up with any kind of success. Okay? 95% of lottery winners are broke within 5 years. How can you go broke and you won $100 million? They spent 101. That's how they got broke. 101. Well, how you going to spend $100 million? Easy. If someone gave you $100 million, what would you do? Now, you sitting right here without the money in your bank account, you're going, I will put half of it in savings, and I'm going to do this and that. But if you actually logged on to your Chase account and you saw $100 million, I bet you wouldn't be on the Zoom still. You'd be at a car dealership. You'd be at some kind of mortgage broker's office. You'd be at the mall. You'd be on a private jet. You'd be buying you a giraffe and a cheetah. Because that inner person is going to come out because the $100 million is in your account. After you go and buy your mama and your cousin and your auntie and all them a house, and you're going to start this family business, and don't nobody know nothing about no business. You're going to start this business, and then you're going to go run to some financial advisor, and they're going to tell you invest in this stock and that stock, and you don't know what they saying, but because they're the advisor, you're going to give them all your money, and next thing you know, you broke. How many athletes come up with the financial advisor stole, blah, 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 blah. I think every year there's a story of a big time athlete who financial advisor stole from them. Yet at the draft, everyone has a sports agent and a financial advisor. After all the stories of how the sports agent and the financial advisor, they're all in cahoots together. And it comes out every year. ESPN going to do a story on it. A bad investment. This person took their money. But come draft day, they're going to have their agent and the same financial advisor. They're putting the responsibility of dealing with the finances on someone else. So when they come up short, and I'm not knocking the athlete. They're doing it thinking that they're being smart, right? That this person knows what they're doing, and they're going to invest my money in blah, 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 blah. It just never seems to work out like that, right? So you need to be able to understand how you need to save money. There's 8,000 ways to save money. There's more than one way to skin a cat. I believe in always understanding your own finances. If you're a wife on here, you need to understand your own finances. If you're a wife on here, you need to know where is the money. Where are all the accounts? Forget a divorce. If your husband got in a car accident on the way home, was on life support for 6 months, can you carry the mortgage, the light bill, the cable bill? Can you carry it? Do you know where the 401k is, where the stocks are, where things are saved if you have to liquidate something? I used to do a little family law when I first started with criminal law, And I remember I had a cardiac surgeon's wife. She was in my, he had left her, so she's in my office to get a divorce. Okay, so where's the money? Oh, well, I don't know. He handles all that. Well, how are we going to know what to get if, well, I don't know. You need to know where your money is, and you need to know where it is at all times. No matter who you are, no matter how much you have, you are the person. It's your money. So we should be taking what no one is saying unless you understand what it is. So before you go invest in this, before you go and start, before you do anything, you need to understand the ins and the outs of it. Don't just rely on what someone said, because that's the quickest way to lose your money. So long story short, that's how you can win $100 million and lose $100 million. So we got to be able to manage 30,000. We got to be able to manage 50,000. We got to be able to manage 100,000. Once you know how to manage money, no matter how much you get, you'll be able to manage money. Think about if you have a girlfriend who's late, or if you always late. A person who's late is not just late to work, but on time to happy hour. A person who's late is late to work. They late to church. They kids late to school. They late to Sunday fun day. They late to every event. They just late. They don't just pick and choose. It's a character flaw. They just late. That's just them. So what we're going to do, and I give you 18 different ideas as to how to save your money. I'm going to give you all of these different roadmaps and these different plans this month. But we got to do this every single month. Okay? And in the beginning, you may only save $10, right? But once you kind of get used to not having everything that you're used to, you'll see, like me, you know what? I don't really have to have fine dining. Like I am really good with this cheap food. Then some cheap makeup came out back in my day. Something called, y'all may have heard of Morphe. Before Morphe was who they are now, they were a little online brand that only sold like eyeshadow palettes and brushes, right? So as soon as Morphe came out and they were good quality, I quickly stopped paying $12 for one eyeshadow at MAC and got me a whole palette at Morphe for $12. You're going to find cheaper alternatives. I'm quick to get something great value of certain things. Now, some things I want, something I want, like whatever is the real brand. But baby, I will great value you. I will equate you. I will generic you in a heartbeat, because I know if I can save here, that'll help me be able to do this over here. I'm not tripping on what the brand is for this lotion, or I'm not tripping on what the brand is on this ketchup. So as you are navigating your spending plan, you're going to actually find your own way on ways that you can save. Oh, on Tuesdays, gas is half off, or I got this coupon on here. Or you're going to be able to find ways, and you're going to be looking for more ways and more ways and more ways to skim, because that's going to allow you to build up this emergency savings reserve faster and faster and faster. So the first month, it's like I said, it took me 6 months just to get myself together. But once I saw I could do it, and I said, Joe, if you don't even go to the mall, you can't even stumble into anything. So I would just not go to the mall. Hey, you want to go? No, I'm not going to go to the mall, girl. No, I'm not going to go. I don't need anything. If I don't see it, I won't want it. I can't go on the mall and go look. Like that ain't about to happen. If I go in that mall, baby, I'm a swiping. So I just don't go. Hey, friend, I am trying to be on the spending plan. I can't go in the mall. So don't text me. Don't text me about these shoes. Don't tell me what's there. And I was trying to buy a house. Baby, my Neiman's girl is calling me. Hey, I'm trying to buy a house, y'all. So I'm not buying no shoes, because I'm trying, I'm trying to keep all this money in this account. I got to have X amount in there. I can't do no large purchases. I'm sorry, Chanel. Y'all ain't gonna. I am buying a house. So everyone who's calling me, texting me, baby, save all them free texts. Take me off rotation. Don't send me an email. Like now, I get emails from Chanel. Well, I don't even click on them. I made a mistake. Oh, the cruise line's out, girl. They had a cute outfit. I saw myself getting out the car. Once I got in the car, joy. You have lost focus. I don't even open up I just hit delete. So whatever you know is your temptation, don't play yourself. Play yourself is, I'm gonna go dance with the devil and not be like him. I'm gonna go out here to happy hour, but I ain't gonna drink, and you a drinker. I'm gonna go out here don't even play yourself. Just don't go, right? So if it's a temptation, I just don't, not going. I can't go on vacation and be cheap, so baby, I'm just not going on vacation because I can't do nothing low budget. I'm on a budget right now, so no, I cannot meet you at blah, blah, blah. It is not the season for that right now. And you got to be okay with saying no, because by me saying no to shopping, by me saying no to this vacation, by me telling Starbucks no, I'm saying yes for my future. I don't know what's going to happen in this economy, but if something does happen, I'm not stressed. I'm not worried. I'm not crying. I'm not packing up because I know I have 3 to 6 months of living expenses saved up. So if the only thing you accomplish in 2024 is getting yourself on a good spending plan and you have 6 months of living expenses saved in the bank, you are going to sleep like a baby. You're going to have an extra pep in your step, and not getting your nails done, not getting your lashes done, not getting that bag, not taking all them girls out on dates, not, going on all them trips, not being front row at the game. All of that, you aren't even missing it because you're going to feel safe and secure financially. You're not even going to miss it. Because I sacrificed all of that. Now I'm at a better place financially. Now that I got my finances in order, now I can go dibble and dabble in some fun stuff. But we got to first get ourselves in order. Okay? So tonight we are going to be making our envelopes. So when you get your envelopes done, you can kind of upload that in the Facebook group. We are writing out our spending plan. How much are you spending on all the different categories that you have? And then how much are we saving every month? What else did I have on here? Finish our homework as far as watching Pursuit of Happiness. We need to go test drive our luxury car. If you already have a dream car, you need to go see the accommodations on a private jet or a yacht, because we're going to expand our mind for leisure. Everyone needs to go see some kind of luxury home, some kind of luxury neighborhood. If you already have your dream home, then where's your summer home? Where's your winter home? Where's your in the city penthouse or condo? We are writing out our professional and business goals on the brain dump. We're writing out our 1 year, 3 year, 5 year goals on the vision planner. I think I put a video on Instagram of the video of the planner. The categories are career and business, finance, family, love, personal growth, health, leisure, and mental health. So our 1, 3, and 5 year goals for that. Getting our budget together with our fixed costs, which are going to be our everyday monthly costs, plus our envelopes for the extra stuff, and then writing out our why. Why are we doing it? Also, don't forget to upload your introduction video as to who you are, what you're trying to accomplish in the challenge in the Facebook group. And then we will meet back again on Sunday at 9 p.m. Anyone have any questions? I use Every Dollar app. Everything has a line item and it's connected to my bank, so it subtracts what I spend. Okay. We have any questions? I'm looking in the chat. Okay. I will upload this recording in the portal. And I will check you guys out in the Facebook group. Everyone have an awesome night. Okay, how do I end meeting? Bam. Okay, y'all, if y'all haven't signed up, oh, my hair got wet today. If y'all haven't signed up for the Becoming Challenge, you guys still can. So you can have access to the worksheets in the portal. All you have to do is comment challenge on this post and a link will be sent to you. Or you can click the link in my bio for the Becoming Challenge. We meet on Sundays and Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the next 4 weeks as we are developing a roadmap as to how we're going to make 2024 our best year. Yeah. So if you're interested in joining, we would love to have you aboard, or you can just kind of catch me talking to everybody on live. But we are developing roadmaps, things we got to work on so that we can become the person we were destined to be. Okay? And then tomorrow night, I have 2 people tomorrow night. I got to make the flyer for the other girls. Tomorrow night, I'm going to do a live on funding. I have a young lady that works with helping people get funded for their business. So that's going to be tomorrow night at 9 p.m. And then I have like my little friend. I have AJ. I met AJ. I was so impressed with AJ because AJ did 22 years in jail. He's been out for 8 months. Already has 2 LLCs, umpteen certificates, and is on a mission of not only starting his own business, but helping people that have a criminal record, start a business. People with a criminal record, 9 out of 10 times, already have the business acumen, right? They already understand inventory, supply and demand, marketing, branding. They already understand all of the things in business. They just need to change the product that they're selling. So he is, helping, he's helping people who, have a criminal history and having an issue with, getting a job to actually show them how there are other business opportunities, right? So if you want to catch my lives tomorrow, I'm going on live with him tomorrow at 8 p.m. And then funding will be at 9 p.m. with Miss India. Okay, I will post that flyer also in case you guys forgot. But everyone have an awesome night and I will see you at the bank.